By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In this prologue of St. John's Gospel, and the Gospel that we have heard, we can conclude that the authority of the Word is from God. The Word has the full authority to speak for God and as God. The Word's authority as incarnated, flesh and blood man in this world can be found in the letter of St. Paul to the Philippians, chapter 2, verses 6 to 10. Though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be held onto, but emptied himself by taking the form of a servant, being born in the likeness of man, and being found in human form. He humbled himself by becoming obedient even to the point of death, even death on a cross. My dear friends, we can learn three things from the authority of Jesus. First is humility. Second is obedience. And last is service. Humility. The very first virtue that even for us, we need to learn. We cannot obey rules. We cannot obey regulations. We cannot subject ourselves to our superiors or elders or those who are in the authority if we are not humble. Someone is greater than us. Someone is leading us and guiding us. Jesus Christ himself, the Word, become like us, is humbled himself by means of following the will of the Father. Yes, he humbled himself by becoming obedient even to the point of death. And that is the second virtue that we can learn, obedience. Our life as Christians, we need to obey the will of God because God knows what is best for us. God knows what is best for us. But we need to discern what is the will of God and our own will. We need to weigh the will of God and our own will. Obedience, from the root word obedere, which means be subject or to listen. How can we obey God's will if we are not humble? Meaning to say, in order for us to develop this virtue of obedience, we need to listen carefully to the little voice of God. Through our humility, then we can obey what is the will of God for us. Last is service, the fruit of humility and obedience. As Christians, our life is service. Servus in Latin, which means servant. All of us are servants of God. All of us are agents. All of us are instruments of God's love to all. With great blessings comes with great responsibility. All of us are gifted. We are called to serve because we are gifted. All of us, we can share something because we have something to give. Yes, we believe in God, but we need to be humble, we need to obey, so that we can serve. These three compose the authority of Jesus. All of us are called to follow the footsteps of Christ, as He is humble, obedient to the Father, and always at the service of the people. My dear friends, as we prepare ourselves for the coming of the birth of the Son of the Father, the Word incarnated, we are called to embrace His virtues: humility, obedience, and service. May God bless us all.